Everyone, this is Melissa again, and I finally finished this project that I started in my previous video. I will put a link down below, but right now I just put my pattern pieces up on top of the fabric, and I just started cutting them out, and I use weights like the washers from the previous video again, and here you just see me cut it. And then when I'm done cutting like the layout, then I go back and like cut all the other details and like all the other little like triangle looking things on each piece. Yeah. And I actually ended up cutting another set of like the bodice, like the top. So I cut out another top piece and another, like the front and the back, I cut it again because I needed two. So then I needed two full cut on fold, and then two or four pieces of the back, two of each, like two of the right side, two of the left side. And I always read the instructions because I am trying to teach myself how to do this. And now I'm just gonna sew the sides of the side, obviously. See, just sewing the sides to the front bodice, so the back to the front on the side, as demonstrated on the little picture and stuff. And on the picture, the reason why I like put it up screen is on in front of the screen is because it has like what everything means, what color it means, like is it the front, is it the back. And here you can see the other piece that I ended up cutting, and thankfully I had enough fabric, very little, but I had enough of it. And this is how it's gonna look. And now you put right sides facing each other. Like I was trying to understand. So this is pretty much what you do. So like, and then you're just gonna sew all around, leaving the top and the sides open. Watch, like these new sides. And then the front, like the shoulder seams, because see how the back, the crossover, it's gonna be sewn to the shoulder seams. So anything up on the shoulder seam is gonna stay open, and then you're just gonna sew like this part and this part all the way around, and then you're gonna leave it open because it's a shoulder seam, and then sew the bottom as well. See? So then here it is. And then we're going to turn it inside out. So the right side out. And it's big enough for my finger to fit, and then just pull it through for my thumb. So then I'm just taking it out. And if you can see, like once I take it out, I didn't cut the curves. So you see how it looks all like rinky dinky? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't, like, plus I got to iron it. But if you notice, like where the armpit is going to go, right there, it's like not, and then like the neck, it's not right. So I gotta flip it. So then here when I flipped it, I first ironed it, and then now I'm cutting the curved seams, I guess. See how it's like cut? Watch, I'll do it again. Like this is the neck seam, and it's like little triangles, so they look like little teeth marks. And this is gonna help the fabric to move easier and to just have a nice crisp like seam, and where like the fabric doesn't seem all puckered together, you know what I mean? So then here I'm just taking the underneath the armpit, and doing this really helps. I've noticed that it just really helps like for your garments to look professional, because that's ultimately the goal. Like you don't want to make stuff and it have holes everywhere and just be like, look, I made it for my daughter, and it's like hideous, you know what I mean? Like you don't want that. So anyways, I flipped it right side out again, and now I'm gonna go ahead and iron it, and it should look like this. Nice, clean, just really nice. See, nice and smooth. Yeah. And I I'm not matching my threads quite yet because I want to make sure that I just get it right first, and I can see where any mistakes are with my sewing. And now it's telling me to match up the shoulder seams. It's telling me, the instructions say that I need to match up the shoulder seams. And I thought, look, yes. And I slowed this part down because I was like, oh, I'll just sew these two pieces together like so, straight. And then I will just like tuck it in one of these and then like sew it. Does that make sense? So what I did, and I'm an idiot because I shouldn't have done it this way, but see, this is how I did it. And then I was just going to sew a beautiful straight line. False alarm. Like, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so I was like, yes, beautiful, pretty, right? No. Look at this mistake. And look at this one. Look at, like, it didn't even close. Like, I couldn't even get it right. And because I am absolutely the most smartest person in this world, like, not only did I sew it like this, but I backstitched all of it. Like, if you don't know what backstitching is, it's like you sew straight and then you sew backwards so that it just like knots all the thread together. So I knew that if I even attempted to like seam rip it, I knew I was going to ruin the fabric. So I was like, you know what, whatever, moving on. Like, you can barely see it, only if you're looking like super, super hard. But anyways, mistakes happen, you know? So I went to the shorts and now I'm sewing the crotch seam. So on, like, because it's right and left. So I'm not going to sew them together. I'm just going to sew the crotch seam. And then I'm going to open them up. So then I have to sew, I open them up so it looks like this weird U thing. And, so it just looks like this weird U thing, but we're going to sew the curve, or I'm going to sew the curve. But I noticed that I wanted my seams to be flat. So I went ahead and ironed that because I didn't want them to be sewn like the opposite directions, like the top be on the right side and the bottom of the seam be on the left side. It would just look weird and it wouldn't be comfortable for my daughter. So I ironed it, I pinned the whole thing, and now it just looks nicer. So, and I sewed it, and after I sewed it, I cut the seams, I cut the curves again, so it looks nice. Okay, let's do that one more time. I know it's confusing. So what we sewed was the middle crotch line, like the middle part where it divides. So we got the two pieces, and we lifted them, and then I grabbed the crotch right there. I can't stop saying crotch. It just sounds so wrong. The middle part of the shorts and then the side part of the shorts. And then we just went ahead and bam. See, and now we have shorts. Yes, the drama. Okay, so now we're gonna flip it inside out, and now we're just gonna sew the sides. Sides are sewn, woohoo, woohoo. And now the instructions were like, now you must sew the seam thing for the elastic. So I went ahead and I had 1 inch thick elastic, so I just needed to make sure to make it about 1 inch, and I ironed it first because it just helps to make it better when you iron it. Look at my daughter's tiny little waist. Like, look at that. Look at her tiny little waist, so tiny. So I sewed it, and then I left about 1 inch of space, and then I went ahead and pulled the elastic through, leaving one. This was a lot tougher because I made it too tight, but I mean, it fit. It's just really snug in there, so I know it's not gonna like twist and turn at least. But yeah, sliding it in there was really hard. That's what she said. I'm just kidding. Whatever. Moving on. Ignore that. And here we go. Here's the finished result. Look at those ugly shoulder seams. Anyways, look, it's pretty. There's the back, her little shorts. Oh, it just looks so cute. Like, let's see with her on. There we go. Look at that. Oh, so cute. This is so cute for like an over bathing suit outfit. You know, when we go to the pool, she can just have this over her bathing suit. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.